There was a real dumb thing I saw. It was like a dumb eagle. I'm an eagle, and he looked dumb, and it looked dumb, and I want you guys to stop doing that. That would be like one good start for men's soccer. Well, you might as well just put like an F-16 just dropping bombs on a small Arab village as the mascot for this team. Knock it off with the eagle. What's up, everybody? This is Andy Haines, and you are watching Absolute Worldy. I am coming to you directly after the USA Panama game. And let me just say this. Here's what I want to say. I feel like I maybe misspoke. I maybe was a little bit harsh. Um, but I thought they played pretty well. I mean, the U.S. team, I've had a lot of criticism over the years, but I liked what I saw. I mean, totally uninspired, very little creativity, kind of just physical, just meathead, dumb guy football. Kind of like watching like a League Two side with better athletes, but impressive. They held their own the entire time with 10 men. They were chippy. Um, they had a couple chances, and I liked the young guys that I saw. I'd never seen half those players because, like I said, I've never given a about the U.S. men's national team just because I'm not as simple as or like pedestrian as someone who is just like, oh, I have to support this team because I'm from that country. I'm like an international guy, like I'm very cultured and kind of seen the world and read a lot and things like that. And so it's like I just know that there's better football out there, and I kind of, but for all the shit talk, for all the bad stuff I've said, um, good game. I mean, Panama had it. I didn't think they were that much better. But if you consider just, kind of like resources, one country, Panama, tiny, kind of almost like a U.S. satellite nation, probably not a very strong football program. They've been good for a couple decades. And then the USA, just the world's strongest economy, military, athletics, just all of that stuff. But they came out like this. And so that was fun. Um, Sorry to anybody whose butt got hurt about my rant about American soccer. I was very fatigued, and also I don't like you. Every time they cut to the stands, I I I get bummed out because it's almost always exactly who I think it's going to be. It's a suburban dad that's he's mad about fouls, and or it's a guy that's dressed like a cowboy. There was a real dumb thing I saw. It was like a dumb eagle. I'm an eagle, and he looked dumb, and it looked dumb, and I want you guys to stop doing that. That would be like one good start for men's soccer in America. Would be like stop conflating our team, which is really made up of like a lot of like immigrants and people from like all over the world, and like kind of an international vibe. We have Timothy Weah got a red card tonight for a really stupid foul, really dumb. Just punch that guy in the back of the head. There's cameras everywhere, Timothy. But like his dad is the president, and I think kind of a questionably on the democracy side, leader of Liberia. You have Balogun, who's from England, and I think somewhere else. You got some German citizens, you got some Italian citizens, you got a lot of Latin American, and then it's like you put an eagle, you might as well just put like an F-16 just dropping bombs on a small Arab village as the mascot for this team. Knock it off with the eagle. Why don't you guys ditch that? Do something cooler. Do, like, you do the Mexican eagle. Do the eagle from the Mexican. I know it's still a bald eagle, but make him Mexican. And I don't want to say how you would do that, but that's where you guys can get creative with that. That's all I'll say about the U.S. Team. Although I did see this article today, which was pretty fun. It's in World Soccer Talk, and it's I'll send you the link, Rudy. It's here's the title: "The Moment Alexi Lawless Lost All Credibility as a Soccer Analyst." Alexi Lawless has been a controversial figure as an analyst for Fox Sports and its coverage of major international soccer tournaments. Two-time World Cup player, arguably the most recognizable face among American soccer analysts. His loud style embodies the American patriotism the country has turned heads for. At its best, it's a funny skit that Americans can laugh off. At worst, Lawless does not provide any new critical analysis of games due to his fanaticism and attempts to entertain. Although we were 6 years past the 2018 World Cup, in which U.S. men's national did not qualify, his capitulation as a pundit traces back to the tournament in Russia, with the USA failing to participate. Lawless lost his role as a cheerleader for the United States. There was no opportunity to promote a promising player like young blah, 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 blah. I don't know where they get it. Oh, okay. At Fox, however, his method changed. Studio coverage became less about the games and more about embracing debate. The dumbing down of the coverage also reduced Lawless to the lowest common denominator. Mediocrity is one thing. Selling yourself to promote nemesis is an entirely different matter. This was the moment where Lawless lost all credibility. But he's saying he had no shame in supporting Mexico, which I disagree with. I've always supported. Kyle, you're a bitch. I'm sorry that I read this article. I think you should be fired as a journalist, and I have a feeling that you don't really work a very good beat because you're getting upset that you should get mad about Alexi Lawless being a football analyst because it's an inherently immigrant sport, and he loves to kind of like do like conservative fascist dog whistling, and he likes to flirt with conservatism, and he's totally unapologetic, and he's an asshole. And I'm sure that, he has some pretty dark stuff in his basement. That's enough about the Western Hemisphere. It can suck all the dicks. It can fall down the dick tree and suck all the dicks on its way down the dick tree. Euros group stage is over. What a fantastic ending. I mean, lots of good gameplay in the last week. Some boring too. England, France, Netherlands. Where were you guys? What happened there? You guys are supposed to be some of the best. It was very boring. You all did qualify, but you know what you did. The biggest conversation is Georgia, a little former post-Soviet country with names that I'm not even going to try to say except Kavara Karashkatashvili. I do know that the former president's name is Saakashvili, but and I can say Tbilisi, which is the capital. But Georgia, this little country in the Caucasus Mountains, surrounded by lots of turmoil. They've gotten land taken from Russia. Their economy is kind of like old school. It's like wine and probably like a little bit of oil. But apparently a beautiful country, great skiing, and a little bit of a football program. I was kind of going through their roster. They're only a 30-year-old country. They have never qualified for the Euros or the World Cup or anything. The Asia Cup, they didn't try to get into, which probably would have been smart because it's a less competitive league, and they probably could have argued to play that side. I don't know where the division is, like if the Iranian border or whatever is. But yeah, man, they beat Portugal, who's a contender for probably to win the whole thing, former champions. And, anytime you can make sexual predator Cristiano Ronaldo shut the hell up, I think that's great. And anytime you can make your little Cinderella country, it's the Cinderella story of it. It's the Iceland of it. It's the, Viking shit. I don't know what you guys are going to do. Maybe you'll wear like silly hats like the Greeks and do little dances. But that was so cool. What a great game. Really exciting. I love seeing a upset. So good for you, Georgia. You did that. Turns out you guys are feminists. Probably not like on the ground, but in that moment. I'm really excited for next week's games. Switzerland, Italy, go off. Neighbors. Germany, Denmark, go off. Neighbors. Very good. England, Slovakia being another one of the little kind of Cinderella stories. And then Spain, Georgia, which is like, Spain probably can win this whole thing. They probably will win this whole thing. But I don't know, Georgia, maybe do your little Iceland dance. Maybe do some more upsetting. Get there till the finals, get to the semifinals. You don't have a lot to go, and you guys looked good. You looked crispy as hell. You looked fresh, like a bowl of fruit at a 5-star restaurant. I'm in a 5-star hotel breakfast, but I'm very tired. I'm in Maine. Can you guys tell? I'm in another room in another state at another hour. Man, I'm down bad. I haven't been sleeping. I've been traveling. Today, I had to fly out of LaGuardia on a little jet through a thunderstorm. horrible turbulence. Only 40 minutes though. We made it. I played a lot of solitaire. I got through it. I listened to the old Alabama Shakes album. Then the next flight, 2 hours later, was a Cessna, and I had to fly over the ocean to rural Maine, and that was actually fine. It was kind of beautiful, but zero sleep, baby's teething. Here I am watching football, trying to support you guys, trying to bring you coverage. Not really. You know what? I will say this: I have been a hater, and I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to just like shit on everything American football because I did. When I was like looking at that team today, I was like, you know what? I kind of like these guys. Like I hated the fans that I saw, and the coach. You know what? I'll give him like a little. I'll give him a little bit of a like. I kind of liked his vibe, even though I think he's uninspired and he's probably gonna just bring us to more mediocrity. What is his name? Berthauser or whatever. I know it somewhere. Why don't they put this on the sheet? But I wasn't mad at him, and I thought it was an improvement. It definitely was the best kind of team play that I saw. But my standouts were Ethan Horvath in goal. Matt Turner, I always got to love him because he used to be a gunner. Weston McKinney, I know you're good, dude. I just it's very athletic. That's all I'm going to say. But Folarin Balogun, dude, man, that was nasty. Also a former gunner. This guy, he was that goal insane, but just playing really good football, and kind of being really like competitive and like creative. I love Josh Sargent coming in the last 10 minutes. Who was this other dude? Who was that blonde boy? Giovanna Reina. I know he's like killing it in Syria, but is he in Syria? Let me see. So I don't fucking sound like a dumbass biatch. Oh, he. That's right. He transferred to Forest. Him and Matt Turner can sit 18th on the table. God, man, I'm back. I'm back to hating. I'm right back. That just brought me back. Who in the American football landscape is not trying to remedy this situation? Why are we letting one of our star players play for Nottingham Forest? Two of them. Like, have an agent who has our national program in mind. It's just like, it's so dumb. It's put them in Italy, put them in Germany, put them in Spain, put them in fucking France. You tell me you couldn't get Gio Reyna on PSG with the number of seats putting up? I think you could. Dest is playing for Barcelona, or was. Pulisic is killing it at AC Milan. McKinney, it sounds like he had actually kind of a bad situation happen for him at Juventus. But I don't know. I did put them at the highest possible levels so that they can play at the highest possible levels. Don't put them on a mediocre Premier League team that is facing relegation constantly and is always going to come up. He's not going to grow like that. I don't care. He doesn't have what it takes to lead a team against the world's best. It's not likely. I know that Dempsey did it, a decade, and well, it's kind of like 2 decades ago with Fulham. But yeah, man, that's dumb. Gio should not be at Forest, and I know that's not how it works. Whatever, blah blah blah. It could work that way. It could work where you held out until he got an offer from a Chelsea, or he got an offer from, I don't know, a Dortmund. Or he came from Dortmund, so I sound stupid. But yeah, man, I just don't. I don't think that's good. That's good work, so to speak. That's about all I got right now. I just had a wonderful dinner made by my mother-in-law. She's a painter. She painted all this clouds up here, and she painted that painting right there. She's brilliant. Go check her out, Nancy Baker Art. But again, I'm sorry that I pissed off the U.S. men's national team subreddit. You guys are silly little girls, and that's not an insult to girls. That's just like, I know that hurts you because you guys are probably like just pissed off wearing your ugly U.S. jersey, drinking some kind of like bitter IPA beer. Let some love into your hearts. And if you are not like a white guy from Seattle and you actually have some like melanin and you like the U.S. men's national team, I think you should have chosen better. But whatever, who am I? What am I to say? It's just I like good football, and I understand kind of the arc of time and history and politics and socioeconomics. I mean, you're rooting for the same team that killed Jacobo Arbenz, the democratically elected populist leader of Guatemala in 1950. That's the kind of team that you're supporting. You're supporting the team that assassinated Mossadegh in Iran. You're supporting the team that's manipulated the world, that put sterilizing, basically birth control in the waters of El Salvador and Nicaragua. But that's on you. That's the team you want to support. Fine, I like it. That's cool. I mean, the same thing could be said for Germany, but I don't support them. I support Mexico, which is a narco state. Um, Anyways, I'm really excited for this game, or this next week of games. I'm going to be in Vermont for a couple of days, and then I'm going to be back in New York, and then DC, and I'm going to be watching all over. There'll be more of this. There'll be more probably pissing people off. I do want to say that I don't feel bad actually about pissing off the U.S. men's national team, but I will say that I did like what I saw today. I was impressed, and I want them to do better, and I want you guys to do better as just a nation. Just kind of like, just, I don't know, think about it. Think about it politically. I just would like the U.S. to do better, and until that, I can't really support the team. It'd be like supporting Maccabi Haifa right now. And yeah, you can read between those lines. Lastly, I don't know if you guys saw this, Rudy. If you'll pull this up, did you guys see this this sinkhole? This sinkhole in this high school is just like, I mean, ooh, buddy, look this up. It's on there, Rudy. You just got to play it. I mean, it's like it's surveillance footage. There's a bunch of above stuff, but it is gushy. I can't imagine, like, it's like as deep as the stadium is tall. And if you watch the tape, it is just like, it swallows like a whole telephone pole. I'm getting some kind of like clip where it's like footage from the high schoolers, but an entire telephone pole supporting lights for the stadium just gets eaten up because of some mining operation going on underneath it. I mean, that's where we're at as a nation. We got sinkhole danger. That's what's going to happen. I mean, you guys want to root for you want to be American outlaws, and this is what you get by signing up to be American outlaws. You've signed up for a program where our young players, because you insist on this aesthetic of Americanness and American outlaws, our young boys and women are going to be eaten up by sinkholes and spit into hell with the devil, where Cristiano Ronaldo should be. All right, I really got to get some sleep. Absolute worldly. Please keep on following me. Please keep on subscribing and liking all this shit. And yeah, I'll be back.